The Kuleshov effect is an editing technique that suggests, from cutting between an actor's face and a different scene, changes the context of which the face is shown. A famous example is by Mr. Hitchcock himself, shown here.
Now we have a close-up. Let me show what he sees. Let's assume he saw a woman holding a baby in her arms. Now we cut back to his reaction to what he sees, and he smiles. Now what is he as a character? He's a kindly man. He's sympathetic. Now, let's take the middle piece of film away, the woman with the child, but leave his two pieces of film as they were. Now we'll put in a piece of film of a girl in a bikini. He looks, girl in a bikini, he smiles. What is he now? The dirty old man.
The two don't always have to be from the same geographical location, however. It can just also be a tonal juxtaposition that changes the context the face is presented. A clip I'll analyse utilising this technique is from the 1972 classic The Godfather. It's from the final moments of the film, so spoilers. But this use of the Kuleshov effect works so well, as not only does it show his progression as a character in finally becoming and accepting himself as the Godfather, not only in the literal sense, it shows the atrocious acts that he set up, having numerous people shot and killed.
Michael Francis Ritchie, do you renounce Satan?
Not in self-defense, but as an act of power play. Not only does this add weight to the deadpan facial expression on Al Pacino, it also juxtaposes his dialogue. As the non-diegetic organ music rises, he renounces Satan, as the camera, with each cut, becomes increasingly tighter and tighter within the frame. This is an example of rhythmic cut. As the music swells, it builds to a moment cutting between each brutal murder.
I do renounce them.
And all his pomps?
I do renounce them.
I am looking at tonal montage. Tonal montage is when you have two or more shots with similar tones, which helps to create an emotional response from the audience. To show this, I'll be looking at the scene where Dumbledore dies in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, which was released in 2009. The imagery is not only iconic as it pits two important characters of the universe against one another, but creates an effective tonal contrast seen not only through the difference in the colours of their clothing, but all the shots are drawn out when showing Dumbledore as opposed to quick cuts of Snape, even further juxtaposed by Dumbledore's slow motion fall, emphasising for both characters there's no coming back from this.
Yeah, it's on. I'm not going to do the farm animals, but I like the idea. Metric montage is an editing technique where the editing consists of cuts that appear seemingly unintentional but are rapid enough to display the psychology of a character or the pacing of a situation. The example I've chosen is from the 2010 movie The Social Network. In this famous hacking scene, we're shown in multiple frames of this montage the sights of Mark Zuckerberg hacking, the relatively boring night of his roommates, the chaos of the Phoenix fraternity party, and of course the joy Zuckerberg is experiencing. The frames are cut between with no specific cues, with actions often being interrupted and the music only serving as a tonal addition. But the adrenaline of the sequence gives a clear insight into the psychology of the characters, with the chaos and ecstasy of their Tuesday night being perfectly emphasised to us by how jarring, rapid, and at times incoherent the editing makes the framing. The start of this montage also parallels the start of director David Fincher, creating Zuckerberg's anti-hero status, as the rapid pace of the editing draws away from the fact that what the character is doing is illegal, although we as an audience remain completely enamoured with the character himself.
Next is Elliot. They're also open but with no indexes on Apache. I can run an empty search and it returns all the images in the database in a single page. And I can save the page and Mozilla will save all the images for me. Excellent. Moving right along.